Why you say no to love? Why you say no to me?
What's up? It's your boy Ray B, maybe back with a better video this time, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about what it was like being transgender in high school. I know that I did a video talking about my transgender journey, and I talked a little bit about what it was like in high school coming out, but I'm just going to go into detail about like everything, what it was like being in freaking class, going to the bathroom, just everything, being in high school, being a trans man. So yeah, let's just get into it. I guess I'm going to start out with just kind of my transition in school when I was transitioning myself. So I transitioned actually in the summer of 8th grade going into 9th grade. So I was out of school when I transitioned. I was already out as gay, like a lesbian, before transitioning in the 8th grade. So people knew that about me. But then I came to 9th grade as a full-on boy, so that was different. I remember, like, I had a couple of friends that were, like, my close friends that just were kind of like, okay, like, I support you, but they were just like, I've never really, like, heard of anything like this. But also in a sense of, like, it makes sense for you because they just knew how, like, masculine and, like, boyish I was. I had a lot of people in school hate me when I first came out just because they thought I was a weirdo. Like, people were like, you cannot change your gender, that just doesn't happen. And there was a good group of guys, of course, that, like, really freaking hated my guts, and they just, like, wanted to bully me, and they just were not nice to me. And then there was, like, a couple, like, little popular kids in my school that threw some jokes at me at time to time, might have talked crap about me behind my back, but I wasn't really put in a place where I was badly bullied for being trans, but there was jokes and there were people that said things to me, of course. I remember my teachers kind of being like, okay, like, I think I have to follow protocol and do what this child says, but at the same time, I don't support it. A lot of my teachers were like, it felt that way, but then a lot of teachers did support me, and a lot of teachers were just like, okay, yeah, like, this is understandable, I know what this is. I know my counselor in school was amazing towards me. I really loved my counselor, and I did love a lot of teachers that I had were really sweet to me and very supportive. A lot of teachers that I had didn't even know that I was trans. They just full-on knew me as a boy because I was already transitioned before going into school.
Adriana's iPhone.
What? As I was saying, I transitioned before I went into 9th grade. So a lot of teachers, some teachers, I had like 9 teachers, but some of them didn't even like really question or know or think anything of it. I went by the same name. My name is Raegan. I just was like a boy, and so I think a lot of teachers didn't even know because it's not like, I don't know if it says your gender, it just says your name, and my name was it was already Raegan, it was already masculine. I didn't have like a different name in high school, so I don't have many stories of me being like dead named in class or anything like that, which is lucky for me. I was misgendered all the time. It was rough in school because nobody could get it right, but I was also in a pretty confident like phase with my transition where I knew where I wanted to be and I knew who I was, and so it didn't really get to me. Then there was like a good time, a good like period within my school where there was like a bunch of popular girls and just girls that wouldn't even talk to me, be my friend or anything like that, that after I transitioned like wanted everything to do with me. I didn't really know what that was about, but people thought I was cute. Girls from my high school that I knew had a crush on me but would never ever date me because I was trans. I know a lot of girls that told me like, oh yeah, you're hot but you're trans, so like not like I would date you. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then there was like the group of kids in my high school that were in the closet that would come up to me and be like, I'm in the closet, and not like necessarily trans kids, but just like other gay kids and like people who are maybe like non-binary or questioning their sexuality or their gender would come up to me and they'd be like, yo, we're the same. I don't really have a lot of memory from high school, which sucks, because I just like, I don't think that like it was something that I really loved. Like, I wasn't interested in it, and I always had a plan of getting out there as soon as I could. But I know that there was a couple incidents when I first transitioned with using the restroom, because I didn't know which one to use, and so I was still using the girls' restroom even though I transitioned, because I was scared of the boys in my school that would be like, what the f? But the girls were always a little nicer and easier to like talk with and stuff, and so I feel like I used the girls' bathroom for a little bit. And then I realized I was like, I can't do that, because I got in trouble by a teacher who was like, why are you in the girls' bathroom? You're a boy. And I was like, you're right. Obviously my principal was like, knew the situation, and I didn't get like in trouble, but the security guard took me to my principal and was like, this kid was in the girls' bathroom and he's a man. And my principal was like, okay. And, you know, it was like a whole chat, and we figured out which bathroom I wanted to use. I ended up like having to talk with the principal and use one of the teachers or the health room bathroom, and just having a key with me the whole day that I would drop off at the end of the day, which was cool. Like, nobody knew about that, but I would get a key in the morning, and then I could always go and use the teacher's restroom if I didn't feel comfortable, which was really nice and really cool. I did think that I was like the only trans kid in my school. I think that there was like a couple non-binary kids or kids that were questioning like their sexuality or gender, but I think that I was the only confident out trans man in the school. My school wasn't flooded with gays and LGBTs. It really wasn't. Not like a lot of other schools that I knew of in Maryland. I went to Marriott's Ridge High School down in Maryland, and it wasn't that fulfilled with people in the LGBT community. There was a couple of us. I remember we tried to get like a little LGBT group together, like a club, just for kids that like needed the support after school to come and talk and hang out with people like them. And we didn't get that many kids, you know, like only like 5 kids, you know. But it was fun, it was cute. Half the kids in there were just like bisexual kids, and they weren't really like gay. They were just like, you know, in the community. It's crazy because I still get DMs to this day from people in my high school that just like ask me like, what are you doing? Like, how are you? Like, we didn't talk much, but I know you. And it's like funny because obviously being on social media, people know me. But I also had become this big trans advocate, and I feel like a lot of kids in my high school who didn't support me or didn't understand now watch my journey and are very supportive of me and hit me up every day. I'm not friends with anybody from my high school. I think I have like one friend that I talk to from my high school, and that's it. I don't talk to anybody from school, which is so crazy. But that just kind of shows you my part in school wasn't very big. I feel like everyone knew me because I was a trans kid. I feel like everyone knew me because it was like, yeah, he was the person that changed his gender and just swapped. But like, not everyone liked me or knew me in a sense of talking to me. Like, people just knew of me because I was that kid. It then got to like a point where I remember I had chorus, and the chorus teacher was gay, and it was like kind of like this big thing, like people really loved him. And I joined the class, and I don't remember if he just knew I was trans from the other teachers, or if he heard it through the students, or if I told him, or what happened, but you know, he kind of knew. And it got to, I was in an all-women's chorus. That was the thing. I was in an all-women's chorus, and so this teacher kind of felt for me because he knew. I think that he knew, like, this kid is just transitioning and he wanted to join chorus and they did not put him in men's chorus, which sucks. And I got that too because when I joined the class, I did not know that the men and the women's were split. It just said chorus. Then, you know, my chorus teacher, we had like a weird relationship. I wasn't really good at chorus, but I really loved music, and I think that this guy was kind of upset with me because I was a kid that just didn't try, even though I was passionate about it. But school was just rough for me and it was hard. But I remember it came time to our concert, our chorus concert, and we were having to pick out our dresses. And you know, I don't know what happened. I don't know if I brought it up or if he brought it up, but we ended up having a conversation about the fact that I'm obviously not wearing a dress, that I want to wear a tuxedo. And I remember my chorus teacher just like hugging me and being like, of course, I'm going to get that done for you. And I'm going to make sure that this class is changed from women's chorus to all chorus. Like, the choruses shouldn't have to be split. Like, there should be a middle ground, or the name should be changed and this and that. And I remember him like changing his whole class and his perspective and the way that he saw me because of my confidence in coming out and being myself in that school. And there was a lot of like, once again, there wasn't a lot of gay kids, but there was a couple. I just don't think that there was any trans kids at all. I don't remember there being any trans kids in my high school. If you're from my high school and you were trans, or if you know anybody, please correct me in the comments. But I think that I was the only trans kid in my school, which was just like really, really crazy. But even all the hardships and the things that I hit in school and the not being understood and, you know, the cons of being trans in high school, I had some really good times being able to express myself in a school that let me. I know that that's a big thing, and I am going to put out a little shout out to Marriott's Ridge for having my back with that. A lot of my teachers and my counselor and the principal had my back, and they all loved me, and I all loved them. And so, yeah. I don't really know like what else to talk about, if there's anything specific to talk about. I guess I'm just gonna end it off there. I don't really know what else to talk about. This was a kind of short video, I think, but I was just going through and talking to you guys about my high school. If you guys have any questions about my high school, if there's people from my high school, or if you just know me or anything like that, and you want to know some tea, or you want to ask me some questions, feel free to hit me up on my Instagram. I'll put that right here. And you guys can also check out in the description all of my social media. You can leave a comment on this video. I check all my comments. I read all my comments. I'm sorry I keep looking back and forth from the camera to the thing that shows me, but it's an issue. I'm getting used to looking here instead. But yeah, that's all. I think that's all I wanted to talk about with my experience in high school. Yeah, but once again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me, and feel free to hit me up. Make sure if you like this video, give it a big old thumbs up, and subscribe, because I make new videos all the time, and I really want to start getting more videos out. I say that in like every video I put out. But I put out videos. I put out a video a week. That's kind of my thing. I put out videos every Thursday. But it would be nice if I could get some ideas from you guys and like some film this, so that I always have something to film, so I can film and just get like a video, maybe 2 videos out for you guys a week. But I really need your guys' help with some ideas, so if you guys have anything that you guys want me to film or talk about, please let me know. Other than that, I wanted to let you guys know I started a Twitch and I started a Depop. And so you guys can go in there, you guys can see my Depop is filled with clothes. I'm starting to make custom clothes, like painting and stuff. So you guys can go in there and check out all the stuff I have up on there. And as for my Twitch, I'll also put that right here. You can follow my Twitch and come check me out, because I go live on there and I game. So yeah, anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Until the next one, goodbye.